We'll call this meeting of the Freeman School Board to order. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Emily, David, Katie, Chris, Cody.
Will require a motion to approve the amended agenda.
We had an added link for the surplus items and then added K of the agenda for executive session.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Oh, motion by Cody.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah, well, you're closer. Took longer. Do I have a second? Is that you, David?
Sure.
By David, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Conflict of interest disclosures, I received none. Public input.
Also not.
Consent agenda will require a motion to approve the following: the minutes of the regularly scheduled school board meeting of April 15th, 2026, the minutes of the special school board meeting of April 30th, 2026, the minutes of the Combat Cooperative Board of Advisors meeting of April 2026, the resignation of Cammie Franson from the position of junior high volleyball coach, and we thank her for her service. The conditions of employment for Brogan Broders for the position of summer custodial helper for the summer of 2026. The conditions of employment for Lisa Anderson for the position of paraprofessional for the 2026-2027 school year. The conditions of employment for Christine Smith for the position of food service employee for the 2026-2027 school year. The contract with Amber Bradley for the position of junior-senior high teacher for the 2026-2027 school year. The contract for Nanette Hofer for the position of 0.75 music teacher for the 2026-2027 school year. Financial reports and claims. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Katie. Second.
Second.
Second by Cody. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next on the agenda, administrative report, starting with elementary principal.
All right, excellent job to our 5th and 8th grade students in the music department at the elementary music contest, and also thanks to those that helped to run all those rooms and concessions. Excellent job to our student council students for hosting Tats for Teachers. That went really well. We raised $1,148 for Miss Rao and her cancer journey, and we were able to Zoom her on Friday after Rally Day to present that to her. And then a big thanks to the teachers who agreed to be tattooed and to all who donated. Our ABC countdown continues in the elementary. We're on the letter V today, so we're getting close to Z. We have had lots of field trips in the last month. Everyone's squeezing those in here. Rally Day went well, even through the construction. Cheddar Colony also came in for a Rally Day the day before that, so thanks to those high school students who went out and ran those stations for them. Thank you to everyone who sponsored Teacher Appreciation Week for our staff. We had Modern Woodman sponsoring, Freeman Booster Club sponsoring, the Freeman School Board sponsoring, and Flight Crew. And then we finished Smarter Balance and Access testing. And then congratulations to Mr. Loggy and his wife Liz on the birth of their son.
Junior senior high school principal.
I've got that report. Students attended prom and post-prom. Both were a great success. Baccalaureate was held on May 6th for seniors at the community center. The program was very motivating and provided a great message to everyone in attendance. Teacher Appreciation Week was May 4th through the 8th to honor our teachers for their dedication to our students and the difference they make in our students' lives. A big thank you to Modern Woodman, the Flight Crew, the Booster Club, and the school board for the daily events provided to our teachers. The variety show was on Thursday, May 7th. Good job, great job to our band and choir students on their performances. Last day for seniors was May 8th. Semester tests will be this Wednesday and Thursday. May 15th is the last day of school with a noon dismissal. The end of the year awards ceremony will be held on May 15th, starting at 8:30 in the morning in the elementary. 8:30 in the elementary. The ceremony is open to the public. Following the awards ceremony, seniors will have graduation rehearsal. Next year, seniors will have pictures taken for the banners provided by the National Guard. Thank you to the National Guard for sponsoring those banners again this year. And then graduation is on Saturday, May 16th at 2 p.m.
Superintendent report.
We're on the last week of the school year already, but with that comes planning for next year already. We had received notification that registration for the ASBSD SASD convention, which is held on August 6th and 7th, is now open. We received a discount on that registration after we were notified before July 17th. Last year we had the administrative team that went, but if anybody on board would like to join us, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let me know by that July 17th so we can get that discounted rate. Next week, I will be, actually later this week, I will be meeting with Bryce Kaufman, the head of school at the academy, to discuss usage, a usage and care agreement for the soccer fields. That would be a written agreement that just highlights what are the areas that are to be mowed, and then in turn, that we are able to use that facility for the soccer season last year. Over the course of the last 3 weeks, I've been mowing it each Friday, so we're keeping up with that. Even though we don't have that agreement in place, we are still honoring that. So, on top of that, what's not included in my update is I will also be talking about potential rental amounts, rental agreements for their facilities for next year. They've been communicating with me, letting me know that both of their gyms will be available, just a matter at what cost, and if we have the use or the need for the use of those facilities. And then also, is that a seasonal thing or is that a yearly thing? Likely for us would be a seasonal thing, but just getting the ball rolling on that discussion on what those rental rates would be. And then graduation is this Saturday at 2 o'clock, and I'm curious if anybody would have interest in handing out programs starting at 1 o'clock. Usually we have a handful of board members that are present at that ceremony.
I won't be here, unfortunately. I'm gonna be busy with my own graduate.
I'll be handing out diplomas, but I mean, I can help as much as I can before.
Help out too.
I believe I'm around until my wife tells me otherwise.
Right.
You and I can help out. And
Yeah,
until it's time
absolutely,
to
you
get on
bet.
stage. Very good, that's all I have.
Unfinished business, the school board will hold a discussion about hourly wages for part-time summer employees.
Recommendation?
Well, we did 12 last year, so probably 25, did we say?
Yeah, we figured 12.25 since we gave all of our hourly employees a 25-cent raise, so a good way to keep up with the minimum wage, hopefully.
I think that's reasonable. Any comments? Discussion? Okay, if not, we'll require a motion to approve the hiring of up to 2 part-time summer custodial workers and 1 summer tech support at the $12.25 per hour designated hourly wage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by David, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chris, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next on the agenda, the school board will hold a discussion about softball facilities.
Go ahead.
Well, I just feel, so currently the city and the summer rec are looking into the options for either a new location, expanding something. They're looking at trying to figure out a process for softball fields. Back in, I think, February 2021, I looked back at least that far, and that's when we had started, or we were having discussions on softball fields. Originally, it was that we would donate the east side. I don't think that's where they want to go right at this time, because it sounds like they want an option to expand into a bigger park area. But I do think as a board, and because we have softball here for sports, I think we just need to be involved and have people in those discussions and really look to stepping forward and pushing this forward a little bit. So I talked to some board members when these discussions were going on, and at the time, it was softball fields in the hangar. And it was supposed to be a joint thing. They were gonna do both of them back in 2021-ish, 2020, 2021. COVID hit, the prices skyrocketed, the hangar ended up doubling in cost, and so the choice went to the wrestling room, which was great. It's been a great facility, but I do think now the board needs to come back and wrap around to the softball fields and do a little bit more to get those pushed through, to get something for that sport also.
I'd be in favor of, I think, like you said, at least being part of the conversation, and so I don't know if that would best be Mrs. Kafka as our athletic director, since softball is a school-sanctioned sport. Perhaps that would be a good idea, but I agree, we need to have open lines of communication and just be, well aware.
Met last week with the Baseball Association, and really what they're looking for right now as they pursue the plan that they're desiring is support. And if we can just give that support at this point in time, with the idea that maybe in the future there might be some financial commitments as well. That does get a little tricky. If they go off-site, our financial commitment is very minimal, or is certainly more difficult, being that we don't own the property. But what they spoke about was potentially a long-term, like, rental agreement, where if they were able to secure enough of the funds and they just needed, that final piece to finish off the project, or if they were gonna take out a loan and they needed a down payment for that loan to cover a certain amount of the costs, could we set up that agreement where they had that guarantee that they would have that money coming in? Which ultimately, the way I see it, there's two options here. They can, if they do decide to go at the current location where the field is at, they can sign that over to us, and then we could put a sizable financial commitment into that. Or they can keep it themselves, and then, if we were to take it over, we would do a lease agreement from them, or a rental agreement for the summer months. So if they keep it, then the same thing would happen for us. It would just be the opposite. But either way, we in a roundabout way can financially support the project in a small amount, and can help that way. But the biggest thing right now is that they're looking for is just the support.
I think initially too, Katie, when they were looking at potentially using that piece of land too, one very positive thing about that was we'd be able to use, like the bathrooms from the concession stand, et cetera, for just more than, a handful of football games and track meets, et cetera. And then plus you've got that great enormous parking lot as well, with ample parking and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, they need to figure out what is gonna allow them to grow as well.
Yeah, and I've talked to different people who've been involved in this project over the last several years, and it sounds like we would have a big water undergoing there, whether it was sewage or something.
Oh, sure.
There was like drainage would be a big issue over on that
I do
side.
remember that.
So that would increase costs quite a bit.
Right.
But either way, I know both those groups are looking to do something. Summer Rec kind of has a rough time too, because they're in a different tax bracket. They don't get the grants and those kind of things. So that's where that gets a little tricky for them too with the fundraising. And then the city, same deal. If they don't own it, it's hard for the funding to come through. So it's kind of been a tricky thing. But I just think we should look at a shorter timeline than a 5-year, 10-year timeline on this would be kind of ideal, I think, just to support our programs. So I know that's high hopes too.
I would be in support of encouraging the city to build and us doing some type of lease agreement versus us build and them want to use our facility. They would have the lion's share of all of the use between the summer rec programs compared to what we would use a softball field versus us using theirs.
Like we currently do.
Yeah, but have more of it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for either. I just really would like to see, because our fields are kind of in tough shape right now, where they're currently standing. So.
Well, from my understanding, with the city thing, I don't know if the city council's on board all the way with it, but I think it has to go to a vote either way, a public vote. So there has to be a petition either to put this on a ballot or put it in front of the people to vote on, I think is how it has to go. So I think financially it'd be best to go through the city and if they could get that. I support that project 100%, what they proposed, what they had in the paper, and what I've talked to.
That's dead.
That's what I assumed, that was
I know,
dead.
It was nice.
It was,
looked good.
I mean, but something to that effect. I know
Yeah.
they want to go bigger and they don't want to shut the street down, but
Yeah, I guess they're looking at a couple different areas, but yeah, anyway, so that's just that.
Sounds like, Jake, you're in communication with them as well, and maybe we just have, hold us accountable, Katie, since you're close to it, and just make sure that we have a regular checkpoint maybe, as an agenda item for any updates. Okay, next up on the agenda, the school board will review the SDHSAA election ballots.
Those are in your packets. The first one will be the election ballot, and then the second one with the staple multi-page would be the proposed amendments. And I printed them off, saving some color. So on amendment number 1, on D, the last sentence beginning with upon, initial is underlined, that is the red line item, red line sentence. And then for amendment 2, the change would be in the first paragraph after the first sentence, the transfer cannot occur until the date. That sentence would be the amended language. And then for number 3, for section 4, the postgraduate participation, it would be all of that paragraph and number 1 and number 2. And then you can see the striking through with the last paragraph. I don't know if you'd like me to repeat any of that.
I think, so the first one is for the, election.
Correct.
We have one, right? And then the second, then number 4 is for the amendments that you reviewed. Okay, perfect, I'm just making sure. Any questions or discussion? If not, I will require a motion to approve the selected board education ballot. So that's that District 4 representative. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Katie, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chris, all in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then the next is the SDHSAA amendment ballot that Jake reviewed with those changes. So we'll require a motion to approve the amendment ballot. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by David, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chris, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. School board will hear an update from the activities director.
I can't believe we're already at the end. Golf did really good at our Corn Belt Conference. We finished second and fourth place first. So that was really good. Junior high finished their meets today down in Irene. High school regions will be on the 21st of May in Del Rapids, and state is in Brookings, June 1 and 2. Track, they are just like breaking records right and left. Alaric broke the school record in javelin. He's sitting in second place right now in the state. His last throw in Parker was 160 foot 11 inches. That beat our old record by 10 feet. The boys team has been winning or getting second at most of their meets this season. At the Irv Patak, Luke Peters broke the individual 400 meter dash record and the boys 4x200 meet record. Claire, for the girls, has beat her own javelin record a couple times now. Her last throw was 92 feet 11 inches. And that is also she keeps breaking her own school record too. So, and the girls at the Irv Patak broke those meet records in the 4x1, 4x2, and they also set a new record in the 4x2, and that was last held since 1977. The girls are really close in the 4x1 to breaking also the school record. Their next meet is at the Corn Belt Conference in Alexandria. The state meet is in Sioux Falls, May 28th and 30th. And then we have a couple last chance next week to go to. And yes, our coaching staff grew yesterday by 1 with Isaiah Lagi being born, so that was awesome. Softball, the girls are finding their groove. They beat Bridgewater Emory 11-2. They beat MVP 14-11, and then they lost a close one. They had to come back. And I think they were down 7-0, 6-0, something like that. And then they lost by 1, 6-7, so that was good. And tonight they destroyed Canton. It was 15-0. We were done in 3 for the varsity, so that was awesome. They will finish their regular season play on May 23rd with a triangular with Howard and Viborg at Viborg. The SODAC 16 for them is May 26th, and their state meet is in Aberdeen, June 4th through the 6th. So, and then I kind of want to talk, that's why Dustin's here, we want to talk a little bit about how we're going to restructure or football, the coaching positions for football, since we are no longer in the co-op. So when we looked at different positions, I guess we kind of want to stay with a head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, a special teams junior high coach, and then possibly another junior high coach. Just because, and I'll let you go ahead and speak to that.
It's more about liability issues in junior high. With just one coach, if some kid gets injured, they basically have to sit there and watch the varsity practice while the coach takes care of the injured kid. So we're not actually able to get stuff done. Plus, almost at all practices, it's offense versus defense. So if we had 2 paid junior high coaches, they at least have one on each side of the ball. And then just keeping our 3 high school coaches is all we're looking for.
After talking to Jenny, we are not really we're not adding anymore. We're within our allotted money that we have right now. So it's just naming them a little bit differently. So we're not trying to struggle and find coaches at the last minute. I don't know, that's just kind of what
What do the junior high numbers look like? Do we have good participation?
Well, there was, I think, 15 kids that tried out equipment. So if 10 of them show up the first day, that's
That'll be
great.
good.
So that put us at about 20.
Okay.
Varsity-wise, there was, I think, 3 or 4 new faces the other day, so probably low 20s, kind of somewhere in that area.
I mean, I'd be fine with that, especially, I mean, I think the safety issue as well, for supervision. Would we need to do anything as far as a motion or anything like that, if we're staying within our previous?
If it's at what we.
Yeah, if it's at our previous, we don't have to do
Carries
anything.
over.
Okay. No, but the rationale's helpful.
That's all we have.
Okay. School board will hold a discussion regarding the fiscal year 2027 preliminary budget.
Okay, the state requires us to just show the numbers where we're kind of standing right now and what our prediction is in the next couple months, so a lot of it's just a rough estimate. I just made a little list of some new things that are going to be coming on. So we're getting new uniforms for softball, football, wrestling, and volleyball for middle school. We're doing a new freezer and fridge in the kitchen. And then we got 3 new teachers, a new art teacher, and then 2 new elementary teachers with benefits, and that's coming out of the general fund. We have that stadium project, and then we got the scoreboard, but then that'll get paid off within the next 5 years with those donations. And then we're talking about a new 14-passenger van, so that's budgeted in there, and then phase 2 project. So the first section is just like the expenditures, and then the second orange section is all the revenue coming in.
Any questions or discussion? If not, we'll move on to the next discussion item. The school board will hear an update from the Facilities and Grounds Committee.
The stadium project is running slightly ahead of schedule, which is good. It's beginning stages, but it's always going to be ahead of schedule. We are looking at tearing up the track the first day of the state tournament for track, so that way we know there will be no more practices that will be happening on that track. So that'll be May 28th, the morning of May 28th. Discussion point that I'd like for the board today would the old light poles. So as part of the original, the project plan was to dispose of them. I was curious if the board would like for me to put them on Purple Wave, the auction site, and see if there's anybody that potentially would see value in them. Could be a farmer that wants to put some lights up on their cattle lot or something like that. That's thinking a little bit outside of the box there, but who knows? Maybe there might be somebody that has some interest in them, and we don't have to pay for disposal.
I'd be fine with that.
Wouldn't hurt anything.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Sounds good. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll make enough to pay for the intercom system for the speakers, yeah.
There we go.
And then final item I had for facilities and grounds was asbestos abatement is scheduled to start on Monday. They'll be abating starting in this hallway over here, and then working their way around and finishing up the hallways, and then next year we'll read, which would be the classrooms.
That's great.
Anything I missed? Facilities and grounds committee?
I'm sure you didn't.
School board will hold a discussion about the district's certificate of deposit CD investment renewal.
We currently have 2 CDs at the bank, and one is coming up for that $420,832. And I'm suggesting not renewing it and putting it towards the stadium project for that $1.2 million that we were going to use for our capital outlay. Instead of using our capital outlay, we can just use this, so then we can keep our capital outlay higher.
What's the interest rate right now? What?
3.15, and then we have an SD Fit. All of our state aid is going into there, and our interest rate there is 3.5. So that's why I kind of wanted not to transfer funds out of that.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. No, I think that's reasonable.
Concur.
Any other comments or discussion? Do we need to take action at all for that?
What do you think?
Maybe because we're taking it.
I was gonna say, because I think we took action to put it into the CD, so I would think
You're right.
to non-renew. Okay, then I will take a motion to non-renew the district certificate of deposit investment that Jenny identified. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Cody, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by David, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carries. Will require a motion to approve the surplus items.
So you have a list, it is two-sided. Most of that list is laptop, Seth can speak to, and then we had a few athletic supplies as well, jerseys and whatnot, that's on the bottom of the last page.
3 years ago, we started buying the Chromebooks for the students in grades 3, 7, and 10 each year. So this is the first cycle where we've reached the end of the line for those devices in the freshman and the senior class this year. So that's the list of devices there, is those 2 classes worth. We already did sign a contract to purchase the devices for next year to replace those 3 grades again and try to get ahead of the memory crunch on pricing. And the only other thing we were considering doing is giving the seniors an option to purchase their device we sold those laptops that they had last year for $40, so.
I was curious about that, if that was gonna be.
Yeah, there's 18 seniors and 25 odd freshmen, so I do want to keep a handful, 10 to 15 devices just as hot spares for loaners or whatever, damaged ones and that kind of thing, just so we have a few on the shelf. But I've talked to a few of the seniors, some of them said they were interested, some of them not so much, so I told them I'd send them an email once I got it okayed from you guys if we want to do that.
I like that, I think that's really reasonable.
I agree.
I like it.
And they're still pretty decent machines. I just have to decommission them and wipe them, and then they can take them and sign in.
Can't beat the price.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, then I'll take a motion to approve those surplus items. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Motion by Katie, second.
Second.
Second by Cody, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Executive session will require a motion to enter executive session for the purpose of South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2 parentheses 1. Do I have a motion? Katie, second. Second by David, all in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and executive session 7:30 PM. Thank you.